What's going on, everybody? This is Jaden with How to Apple, and in this video I'm going to be showing you 3 different cases for the iPad Pro that you might want to check out. So in my hands I have the iPad Pro, and this device is very sexy. So you will definitely want to take advantage of the opportunity to get a case and probably a screen protector for this thing, because you do not want to break this. So again, I have 3 cases that I'm going to review for you guys. That way you can make a better decision on how you want to protect your iPad. So let's introduce our first contestant. So sit back and enjoy. So as you just seen, our first contestant is this clear slim case, and I actually like this case a lot because it is very unintrusive. It doesn't really change the form factor of the device. Very easy to hold. It pretty much feels like you're holding the iPad naked, but of course you do have the protector on it. This will run you about $13 on Amazon, which of course I do have the links in the description below. So yeah, this is a pretty nice case. So this case has like a silicone rubbery type feel, very flexible. Not like, as I said before, it's not intrusive. It is very lightweight. It's not bulky. So that's definitely a good thing when it comes to this case. The protection, it does wrap completely around the device, totally. So the only thing I would recommend is that you get a screen protector for it, because the screen pretty much is wide open. This does not have a cover that folds over anything like that. So it's pretty much a very minimalist case. Now, looking into how this case actually will protect your device as far as dropping it and stuff like that, I think if it falls on its side, it may be okay. This is a pretty absorbent case, but again, it's not a rugged or very thick case. So you might be okay if it falls on its side. However, the screen is wide open, so you definitely want to be careful with that. And as I said before, you should definitely get a screen protector for this device. So as I mentioned before, this is a very minimalistic case, and it does not come with any of the extra features such as a built-in stand where you can watch videos and stuff and have it prop itself up. So what I would suggest you doing is getting one of these, which is like an iPad stand. I also have a link in the description below. Pretty much you can put that, set it up with your iPad, and there you have it. Now you have not a built-in prop, but at least this will help you watch videos or do whatever you're trying to do on your iPad without necessarily having to hold it. So now that we've covered the more minimalistic case, let's move over to another case that offers a little more protection, but it's still minimalistic, so it's a little more in the middle. But let's check that out. So as you guys just saw, this is case number 2, and it says up here it's from Infiland, but it's from Amazon. So you may find a different brand that's pretty much the exact same case. Again, the links are in the description below. But this case is actually pretty cool. I like it because it is still somewhat minimalistic, and I don't really want to have a bulky case for myself, but maybe you may be looking for that. So this is actually a pretty cool case that's kind of in the middle ground. So looking at the design and build of this case, it is very lightweight. It doesn't really add much to the original weight of the iPad, which I guess is a good thing. Again, if you're looking for that minimalistic feel, the cover seems to be made of some very generic leather-like or, leather-like material. It's supposed to imitate leather, but I'm sure this is not real leather. However, of course, it is very flexible. You can fold it back and use it in multiple ways. As far as the protection for this device, I'm not sure how well this will protect your device, because I actually dropped my iPad with this case on it and shattered the entire screen with the cover over it. So don't think this is going to protect your your iPad from falls, because it's probably not. And I am living proof of that. Also, looking at the back of the case, it is made of a hard plastic that does not necessarily cover the whole iPad, but it does cover up the corners. But as I said, don't rely on this to protect your device. It's mainly just to keep it in place and maybe protect it in your book bag, but not from hard falls. So some of the cool things I like about this case is you can actually fold the screen cover back and use it to prop up your device, just in case you want to type on it and you want it to be a little bit more elevated rather than completely flat on the ground or on the table, whatever. Also, you can flip it up and watch videos on it. So this is actually pretty cool if you don't have a external stand. So it does come with that feature built already into the case. Another cool thing about this case is because the side is flush, you will actually be able to connect your Apple Pencil right to the device, and it actually will charge. So it's not just gonna sit there and not charge. You'll actually be able to charge it, which is very convenient. So now that we've looked at a more minimalistic case as well as a case that's somewhat in the middle ground, let's check out a case that's going to offer you a little more protection, definitely not military grade, and this case is a little more intrusive than the others, but let's check that out. So here is the third and final case that I'm gonna show you guys. This case will run you about maybe $14 on Amazon. So it's actually a pretty good price for this kind of case. It's definitely, as I said, not military grade, but as you see, it is very much thicker than the other cases and offers a lot more protection just in case you were to drop your device. So looking at the makeup of this case, as most cases in this price range on Amazon are, this one is made of a very generic leather type material. Doesn't really feel bad. I actually like it. Feels pretty sturdy. Doesn't really feel fake or cheap. I'm not gonna say it feels like real leather, but you know what I mean. The inside of the case also has this padding, which I guess is for better protection for your screen, as well as these ridges, which I'll get into that in a little bit. However, I do feel like if you were to crease this case or bend it, it would probably get a pretty hard crease in it that you're probably not gonna be able to get out. So definitely be aware of that. Now, how well this case will protect your device when it falls, I think it will actually do pretty good, because as I said before, you do have that padding between the case cover and your screen, so that'll offer some protection there. The sides and the corners are pretty well covered with the case, and it is pretty thick, so I think you might be okay if you were to drop your iPad. You'll definitely fare a lot better with this case than you did the other ones. So this case does come with some cool features. I do like this little strap right here that I can just pull right over, and it will keep the case closed. That way I don't have to worry about it opening while it's in the mid-fall or something like that, so it doesn't destroy my screen. So that's pretty cool. I also like that you also have that side that is flush, so you can put your Apple Pencil right here and you don't have to worry about it not charging, because it's going to charge as long as it's touching the device. So that's another cool thing about this as well. And as I showed you before, there are these two little ridges on the screen cover that will allow you to prop your device up. You can do that in landscape or twist it and do it in portrait mode as well. Also, if you don't want to use the ridges, you can just kind of fold it like this, and your iPad will be slightly elevated so you can type on it. So that's actually a pretty cool thing about this case that I like as well. So guys, there you have it. Those are my 3 iPad cases that I'll recommend to you guys, especially if you're on a budget, which you probably will be after you buy an iPad Pro because they're quite expensive. So again, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. If you like the merch, that link is also in the description. So stay tuned for more Apple products and videos so you can learn how to Apple without the E.